Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video I'm going to be reporting on a rumor that just surfaced earlier today regarding Square Enix's plans for the 30th anniversary of the Final Fantasy series. For those of you who don't know, the year 2017 is loaded with anniversaries, including the anniversary of Final Fantasy VII's initial launch 20 years ago on January 31st, as well as the 30-year anniversary of the Final Fantasy franchise in general. As such, we know they have to have something fantastic planned for it. This rumor mill, and again it is a rumor, is saying that we are going to be getting a hell of a lot. Now, before I even go into what the rumor has, rumor, I have to say it again and again because a lot of people like to pass this stuff off as fact. It has not been confirmed as of this recording, so don't take it for fact until we hear from Square Enix themselves. On top of that, it is also possible that even if it is true, that it doesn't release overseas in North America. But if this rumor has anything to say about that, it's that we will see it overseas. But I'm going to wait for the official word on that one. So let's get into what this article has to say. Now, we're looking at VG Leaks, but I've seen this reported on maybe a dozen websites at this point. And what it states, it starts off talking about Final Fantasy 15, how it's doing very well. It also talks about how next year we're going to be seeing Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age and possibly Final Fantasy VII Remake's first episode to celebrate the 20-year anniversary, as we were talking about before. We also have a rumor that Final Fantasy XIII Trilogy is coming to PS4 during the next year, and the bundle will include Final Fantasies XIII, XIII-2, and Lightning Returns on separate discs to be enjoyed in 1080p and 60 frames per second. Now, as for the 30th anniversary, there is the reports of the 30th Anniversary Collection. This will include all the Final Fantasies from 1 to 9 released on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita on a single disc, or in the case of the Vita, a single card. Now, for the first 6 games, it will include 2 versions, the original NES/SNES versions and modern ports, meaning yes, you'll have a choice between playing the SNES version and the Steam versions of games like Final Fantasy VI, and I already know I'm going for the SNES version. For Final Fantasy 7 through 9, they will only be putting the most recent ports on, which makes a lot of sense because there's not really much a reason to include the PlayStation 1 and the Steam version of Final Fantasy 7, or the PlayStation 1 and Steam version of Final Fantasy 9. Now, as for Final Fantasies 2 and 3, from the NES will receive an official English translation. Now, when they say Final Fantasies 2 and 3, they do not mean 4 and 6 in America. They mean Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy 3, as in 2 and 3, you know, like the one with Furion in 2, and then the Onion Knight for Final Fantasy 3. Or if you've played the 3D version, they actually give the characters names like Refia, for example. Games will be based on Japanese versions, and therefore we will be able to play parts that were cut out when the games were released overseas. Graphical censorship included in some titles when they were released outside of Japan will remain. The collection will have built-in art gallery and sound test menu to play songs from the games included. And this is just for the record, there will just the main Final Fantasy titles from 1 to 9. There will be 3 versions of the Final Fantasy collection: a regular version, which is the games and the poster; a collector's edition with games, poster, art book, 8-bit Black Mage keychain, chocobo plush, and 2 discs with a selection of songs chosen by Nobuo Uematsu; and the Crystal Complete Edition. It will only be available in limited quantities on Square Enix's website for the PlayStation 4, not for the Vita. It will include the games, the 30th Anniversary Collection titles 1 to 9. It will also include 10 and 10-2 HD, 12 Zodiac Age, the 13 Trilogy, Final Fantasy 15 and the DLC, Final Fantasy 14 A Realm Reborn, including the expansions, plus a 3-month subscription, special items for Final Fantasy 11 Mobile, which is due out probably sometime next year, was originally supposed to be out in 2016, and Final Fantasy... It just said, why did it say Final Fantasy 14 twice? I don't know. Oh, Final Fantasy 11 Mobile and Final Fantasy 4... I don't understand why it says 14 twice there. And then on top of that, physical items, all the content included in the collector's edition, 2 extra discs for the soundtrack, a crystal necklace, a Moogle plush, a Black Mage statue, all 3 Final Fantasy trading card game starter decks, Final Fantasy 7 Advent Children, Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy 15, Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15, and Brotherhood Final Fantasy 15. Everything will be packed in a luxury chest decorated with the Final Fantasy logo. Just to clarify, these plans are just to apply to North America. We don't know about other regions. The Season Pass... Oh, and then the Season Pass, it says here, Final Fantasy 7 Remake and 15 are coming to PC. I don't know, it says Season Pass, but this has nothing to do with anything, it seems. Final Fantasy 7 Remake and 15 are coming to PC, but not likely until early to mid-2018. So, this is all rumors, but this is one of the most detailed rumors I've ever seen, and I've seen it reported on multiple websites. From what I'm understanding, though, VG Leaks is the first website to have reported on it, or at least the first website that people have shared with me about it. If any of this is to be believed, I got a lot to do next year because I just played through all the Final Fantasy games, but if they're going to release this Ultimate set, there is a good chance that you see me playing a lot of Final Fantasy games again next year for whatever remasters or whatever they're doing here. And I don't know. This is going to be crazy if they do it. And I'm going to be super happy if they end up doing it. And well, let me just go, I'm only like an hour away or 2 hours away from the screen. Can I just go like drop my debit card off there and they'll just swipe it as soon as it's officially announced? Because it's crazy. Hopefully these rumors are true. I'm still looking forward to the Final Fantasy 15 DLC. I've been enjoying the game thus far, and I will be putting out a review for that sometime this week. So tell me, everyone, what do you think about these leaks? Do you think Final Fantasy VII Remake Episode 1 is coming in 2017 to celebrate the 20-year anniversary? That does not mean it comes out on January 31st, only that it comes out the same year as the 20th anniversary. Do you think this entire collection is actually true, including all 3 of the editions that are going to be available? And do you think we'll see Final Fantasy 15 on PC before the end of 2017, or are you betting on 2018? If at all. Let me know what you think in the comment section of the video below. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for the latest in Final Fantasy news and Final Fantasy 15, 14 videos, all that good stuff. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.